Hello, my name is Andres Garcia, and I will be presenting on section 5.1, market equilibrium and surplus. So market equilibrium occurs when the demand for a product is met at the supply that the merchant or seller is willing to produce. So you have the price that people want to pay is also matched, or they meet right into the intersection where the maker or the producer manufacturer is willing to sell that product at and has that supply. So consumer surplus is when there's a surplus of things, usually the price for things go down, and the price is usually less than the maximum price that people are willing to pay. Is the area between the demand curve and the equilibrium price line up to the equilibrium quantity. So this just kind of talks about, so people usually want to buy a product at, for example, like $10, so it's like, you know, a deodorant, or like $7. And if a store is selling it for under maybe like $5, then people are more likely to buy more of them because they're below the equilibrium price, and that's what it's talking about. So basically, and then here's also an example. So if the demand curve shows that some buyers would have paid $90 for a table, but the equilibrium price is 80, the difference per unit is part of the consumer surplus. So that's just saying that the difference of $10 is part of the consumer surplus, because originally people pay $90, but now there's a discount or a difference in price, which is 80, and that's what people are paying for now. And so that is what a consumer surplus is. It benefits consumers because there's a discount or a lower price than usual. So here we have section 5.1, and we have an example. Demand is P is equal to negative 4Q plus 769, and supply is P is equal to 8Q negative 14 1415. And so in order to find the equilibrium, we must set them equal to each other and solve for Q. So I did so here in this following step. I added, so normally I just do positives because it's easier, so I added 1415 to both sides. I also added 4Q to both sides, and they're still equal to each other, so then I had a total of 2184 is equal to 12Q, and then we just divided by 12, and we got Q is equal to 182. However, that's not our final answer. We then have to plug 182 back into one of the equations to find the equilibrium point, because this is just one of the coordinates, which is x, and so in order to find y, we have to plug it in back to the equation. And so I plugged it into the first equation, which is P is equal to actually the second equation, which is P is equal to 8 times 182 minus 1415. So then I multiplied and I got 1456 minus 1415, which gave me an answer of 41. And so then the coordinate in which the equilibrium, where the market has a set value, is 182.84. So, and then this was for I believe this was, yeah, so this is the coordinate 182, which is x, and 41, which is y, and that is where the equilibrium is met for this this particular problem.